back, baby. Sound like something failed, but oh well. So tonight we'll be going into the After Tarot, the Psychic Tarot Oracle, and the Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay, so that's what I have for us this evening. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to kick it off and get started. Okay, I'm just going to open up the chat, and we're going to go ahead and just dive right in. Okay, so let me move this first. All right, so let's get into it. The After Tarot and what is in the energy for the collective of all 12 zodiac signs. Hello, Bethany Elliott. Welcome to the channel. All right. Hello, Melanie Brown and Lynn Rodriguez. Welcome to the channel. All right, one more good shuffle here. Hello, Eljador. Hey, boo. All right, let's get into it. Holy Spirit, what is it that you have for the collective of all 12 signs? What is it that we need to know? Hello, Ryan from the 8. What's up? We got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, okay? The 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Hey, Charles. Is it Maya? No. Yeah, Maya, Chemistry, Dennis, and Allie. We got the Queen of Swords in the upright. The Fool in reverse and the 9 of Cups in reverse. You want that Fool? You did want that Fool, right? Upright for yes. No. Taking off the Fool. No to the Fool. King of Swords in the upright. Let's get the energy at the bottom of the deck. At the bottom of the deck, we're starting off with the 7 of Cups here in the upright, the Chariot in reverse, and the Moon. So we got Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So we got definitely heavy on the water. So let's talk about it. Someone feels like there's options here, but they're unsuccessful options. Something here is not successful. There should be forward movement, but something going on with the options makes someone feel unsuccessful. And this is something that they did not see. They did not see that they were going to be unsuccessful with a group of options. Let's see. Underneath there, we have Strength is in reverse, and this is making somebody feel weak at the knees. So they feel weak at the knees because they thought, I guess, these should have been stronger options, but instead, these are options that are really not going anywhere. They're not bringing success to a situation. And this is what someone did not see. So we have Leo here with Strength. Yeah. Somebody is upset. Apparently, these options have brought a lot of drama to their life with the Queen of Cups, and that's Pisces up under there. So it's like, so imagine if you thought you were going to go towards options that were going to benefit you, but what ended up happening was that no, instead of benefit, you're just weak, and then it's a lot of drama. That sounded too good. Okay, so let's get into the rest of the tarot. Let's see what's going on here. We got the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse, Capricorn, and that's how it looks in the upright. So we got Capricorn energy with the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles that came in reverse, Taurus energy here. That's how it looks in the upright. So, but it's in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords, Libra. Okay, in the upright, the 9 of Cups came in reverse. I'm just showing you what it looks like in the upright. And the 9 of Cups is Pisces. And then we have the King of Swords, also Libra, here in the upright. Okay, what's up, Tamal? How you doing, baby? All right, so let's talk about it. Here with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody is not taking care of someone else. Somebody is being more self-focused at a time where money is coming in fast. And it's like, instead of sharing with those that they love, somebody is basically not giving. Money's coming in fast, but they're not giving it away. This is somebody who is basically taking care of self. So, some people could even say it's like, on a negative end, some people say it's selfish, but this Queen of Pentacles doesn't necessarily have to be selfish. She could just be taking care of herself. So instead of giving it out, I'm giving it to self first. Now, this is someone who is looking at things from a higher perspective. Okay. There may have been some sort of transformation that went on here with whoever this is. I'm not getting different people, I'm getting aspects. So that's how I'm reading it. So here with the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, somebody has decided not to take care of a situation with others. They have decided that money is coming in fast and they need to move with an assertiveness. I need to move with higher purpose. Okay. Here with the Queen of Swords, somebody may have went through some sort of transformation, and they're creating a boundary. So remember, I said she's taking care of herself. They're not giving out money or taking care of others right now. There's a boundary here. The Queen of Swords always has a boundary. That's why her sword is up. It's like there is a boundary here you cannot cross. But she's also creating this boundary because she, like I said, she's looking at a higher perspective. The reason why she doesn't want to give is because somebody overindulges. Okay, so here we got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Somebody could have a drinking problem. Somebody overindulges in some form or fashion. They could be overspending, just doing too much. And so when she looks at this from a higher perspective, she doesn't want to give to it. Now, the King of Swords, though, is on the other side of this. Now, I don't know if the energy, if we're still talking about an aspect or now we're talking about a King of Swords. Now, who is she cutting off? It could be a soulmate. She may feel like her soulmate, even though he's in the upright, you overindulge. So a King of Swords in the upright is supposed to be positive, but not if there's overindulgences. So maybe someone feels like I have a soulmate, and while I feel like this is my divine soulmate, this person overindulges and I can't give to it. So they're not going to. Okay. So that's what I have here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start clarifying. All right. Let me just tap in one more time. Hello, Jamite, Christina Gonzalez, JP the God. Hey, boo, missed you. What's up? All right, let's talk about the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This person who no longer wants to give. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the collective and seeing why. Why don't you want to, what brought this on? Okay, there was a lot of love here. Six of Cups. We got the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Page of Cups. So this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, why did she decide to be self-focused? Why isn't she giving? There is love here. There's lots of love. Somebody loves somebody down. I've been loving you since forever. Listen, the Six of Cups is somebody you've been loving since childhood or just for a long, long time. I adore you. Is what I'm getting here. So you adore somebody, but even though you adore someone, and the Six of Cups is Scorpio, somebody wants a divorce. We got the Hierophant in reverse. So somebody, even though I love you down, I want a divorce. Which is Taurus energy. Why do they want a divorce? Because they feel like they're in a one-sided situation. So the Page of Cups, Cancer, is here. So it's like if I'm in a one-sided situation, even though I love you, I feel like, you know what it feels like? Somebody don't feel like the love is reciprocated. It's one-sided. Only notice the Queen of Pentacles normally gives. So if you feel like you want to stop giving, it's because you feel like I'm doing all the giving and there's nothing benefiting me. Why am I here? I'm not just here because I love you. There should be some mutual love in return. So somebody don't feel loved. And so it's like they're giving financially, they're probably giving emotionally. And so it's like the other person has decided I'm gonna just pull back. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just pull back. Okay. So here we got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So this is crazy that they decided to do this pulling back. I want a divorce. I feel like I'm in a one-sided situation. And here with the Seven of Pentacles now, let's talk about this. Somebody could have money coming in fast, or they felt like they were spending money fast. You know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes you just spend it, you got kind of burn through money really, really quickly. But we're gonna see. Please clarify this Seven of Pentacles. What's going on here with the Seven of Pentacles? We got the Emperor in the upright, Aries energy. The Four of Swords in the upright, and the Seven of Wands is in reverse. Somebody made a boss move. They needed to put an end to something and stop fighting. They wanted to listen. I'm not gonna fight for this. So somebody made a head over heart decision to go ahead and just end something and to stop fighting. Why did you stop fighting? Because it felt, well, I'm in this by myself. Why am I fighting to be in a connection where I'm the only one who wants to be in it? So an emperor, and this is Aries energy, and there's the Four of Swords. So this emperor made this head over heart decision to go ahead and put an end to the relationship. To go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and put the final nail in the coffin. This needs to be over. I've been giving money out. You know, I have money coming in fast, or I've been giving out money fast. And either way, somebody just said, listen, I'm a strong provider, and I need to stop because I'm in this by myself. I'm not, there's no reciprocity. So somebody stopped fighting for love with whoever was their soulmate here. Okay. So we have the Seven of Wands, which is Leo, the Four of Swords, Libra, and then the Emperor I told you was Aries. So this is somebody who, when you came to this conclusion, you did not come to this conclusion lightly. You had to look at stuff from a higher perspective. And when you looked at it from a higher perspective, it was like, okay, I need to have a boundary up. So somebody went through some sort of mental transformation when they decided this here with the Queen of Swords. Okay, let's get some hellos in real quick here. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. SBLSZN, how you doing? Mario Bronson, hey boo, spiritual Django, how are you? Monica, God's child, okay, welcome. Let's talk about this Queen of Swords. So somebody is looking at something from a higher perspective and deciding, I just need to, I need a boundary. Oh my goodness. Somebody went back to something. Death here in reverse, Scorpio. So when this Queen of Swords looked at something from a higher perspective, you got death in reverse, but we have the Fool in reverse and the Strength in reverse. So what I'm getting here is, and this is Aries with the Fool, Strength is Leo. So let's talk about it. So like I said, somebody decided they dug something up. So this Queen of Swords is, when she looks at something from a higher perspective, it's like, okay, I went back to something. Remember, this is someone from your past. You've been knowing this person for a long, long time. You've been loving them since forever. And so, typically when you've been with somebody since forever, y'all break up the makeups, y'all break up, y'all get back together. You break up, you get back together. So somebody went back. They went back to someone from their past that they loved, but it wasn't the new start that they thought it was going to be, because the Fool is in reverse. You thought that you was going to have, this was going to be great. You were going to go into this, step into the unknown together, but it looks like what ended up happening was only one person stepped forward. Somebody else must have stepped back. So you went back to something, but it wasn't what you expected to be. And now somebody feels weak. They feel ungrounded. They feel like things are out of control here, and they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So here we got the Strength in reverse. This is not what I thought it was going to be. So it's making someone feel ungrounded on the inside. They're probably, upset with themselves. They are realizing that the person that they went back to is an overindulger. There's an addiction here. There's either overspending, over drinking, it's just too much. Okay, so let's talk about this Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, hey Trey Smith, Kathy Robinson, Miss Christine, Madam Fineness, how you doing? And Monica, God's child, Chattahoochee Hippie, how y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. And Sarah Green, hey boo, welcome to the channel. All right, so let's talk about this Nine of Cups. And you all, please come on in and double tap. It's about a lot of y'all. Almost 60 some of y'all. Please double tap. Let's talk about it. Nine of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups here in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse is being clarified by the Star in reverse, Judgment in the upright, and we have the Five of Cups in reverse. You know, what I'm getting here is, again, somebody is feeling some kind of way, because here when I look at judgment is Libra, Libra, and then we have the Five of Cups, Scorpio, and the Star is Aquarius. Somebody, again, there it is. Somebody wanted to resurrect something that they thought was going to restore their faith. You thought that this was going to be something that you could put your faith in, especially if you've been knowing somebody forever. Y'all know people grow, people change. You think somebody's going to show up better than the last time. You know, I've been knowing you forever. We people change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you're resurrecting this relationship. Remember, you went back, death. So it's like, I went back to this thing. I'm thinking it's going to restore my faith. It's going to be better than the last time. But it ended up being one of those womp, womp, womp. Star is here in reverse. It ended up being a hopeless situation because somebody overindulges. Somebody overspends, oversex, overdrinks, over something. They do too much of something, right? And it could be, like I said, an alcohol addiction, but it could just be enjoying the pleasures of life. Somebody does too much. They could overspend on addictions, that in itself. And somebody's like, I just can't do it. Let's talk about this King of Swords. Who is this overindulgence with? Somebody who's their divine soulmate, because we have the King of Swords here. So let's talk about this King of Swords. Okay, welcome, Pure Light Tarot. How you doing? Hello, Mississippi royalty. Welcome to the channel. Y'all, please double tap. We should have at least 100 likes with over 100 people in the room. Please and thank you. Just take a second to double tap. Even if you're watching on TV, just please hit the like button. Please and thank you. Let's talk about this King of Swords here in the upright. King of Swords in the upright is being clarified by the Ace of Cups here in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Oh, Lord, no. What is going on? And the Three of Swords here in the upright. Yeah. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. This King of Swords puts someone in a third party. Listen, somebody put someone in a third party. They thought that they could heal it, because this is the Seven of Swords here. So we got Libra, and then here with my Seven of Swords, we have Aquarius, and then we have the Ace of Cups, which is all of my water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, is in reverse. So look at here. So this is somebody who wants to come back and apologize for cheating. Right? Anything I've done behind your back, I'm sorry. See, there is cheating here, but it looks like somebody tried to heal from the cheatation by, I did cheat, I'm trying to heal it. But so at some point, somebody stepped out, was doing something behind that person's back, broke their heart. They came back thinking that it could heal, but it can't be healed because the Ace of Cups is here. There is no more emotion to be given. The healing was not sincere if the Ace of Cups is in reverse. You see what I'm saying? So this was not a sincere, I'm sorry for cheating. I'm sorry, because it does look like, it looks like somebody did it again. Maybe they went out and cheated again. And so someone is now realizing, I'm in a one-sided situation. I thought that you were back to restore my faith in our connection. But it looks like what ended up happening was somebody overindulged. They cheated. And so this was not the new start that someone thought it was going to be. It actually ended before it could even start. So somebody decided, let me just put an end to this because you're still cheating. Okay. And then here with my Ace of Cups, somebody has decided to take their heart out of it. Stop pouring energy into a situation where it's one-sided. They stop fighting. So collective, I'm getting you as the one who has stopped fighting. It's making someone feel weak. Why am I fighting to be with someone who clearly doesn't want to be with me? If you're out here cheating on me, you don't want to be with me, right? That's how, anybody would say that. Eventually, it's like, I must not be what you want because you're going to everything outside of me or us, right? And so this is what somebody has decided to do. They have decided to go ahead and just let go of a connection because obviously their other person still wants to be out here in these streets. Okay. So let's get into it. What else do we have going on here? Saturday, the all signs went up. It's still on the page under the playlist on the all signs tab. If you want the individual sign for Taurus, Sweet Pea. But this is a collective. Take what resonates from this one and leave what doesn't. Okay. So we're starting off with the Page of Pentacles here in reverse, Virgo. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus, Tower in reverse, Scorpio, the 10 of Swords here in the upright, Gemini, and then we have the 2 of Wands in reverse, Aries. So here with the Page of Pentacles, not only was this a one-sided situation, somebody didn't really have, they weren't invested. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody was not giving any emotion, and they definitely was not investing in trying to grow the relationship with you with the Page of Pentacles here in reverse. And this is looking like somebody was just very selfish and self-centered. They're not investing. And so if your person is selfish and self-centered, then why are you fighting? This is what I'm seeing here. So like I'm seeing two different things. I see you going, well, I don't need to be up here being a strong provider and fighting for something when somebody is showing me to my face they're not invested. Now, what bothers you is that you tried to reverse something that was already over. You know, when we go back to our past people, y'all have already experienced endings at some point. Y'all know this is how y'all end up on breakup to makeup. Y'all have had a tower. Something here did not work. Y'all separate. Y'all come back together. You think it's gonna work? Well, y'all had already had a breakup before, and then it was like you thought that there had been lessons learned. So here you go trying to reverse the tower just to end up weak all over again, just to end up with 10 swords in your back all over again and back into a hopeless situation. So it's almost like, you know, how I tell y'all all the time, like when we were growing up, our parents would tell us, don't touch the stove or don't touch that curling. You know, your mom has a curling iron and it's plugged up. Don't touch that. It's hot. It's hot. So whatever this is, somebody went back to something that they knew wasn't all the way right, but you had faith in it because you've been loving this person since forever. And they ended up stabbing you in the back. So it's like you went back and ended up with 10 swords in your back because this person, whoever they're with, they were doing their third party, they were stabbing you in the back. And so this ended up not being the future or your expectations of what you thought it was going to be. You ended up very unfulfilled here with the 2 of Wands. So somebody is lacking fulfillment. This was not the future that you was planning on. You don't feel like you was giving love at all. So like I said, this person did not invest. They didn't put any effort whatsoever, any heart or care in it. We got the Page of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the 2 of Wands in reverse. This is somebody who is giving you no effort. They're leaving you basically empty. And so it's like you're technically in the relationship by yourself, or the relationship was going forward because you were the one putting all the energy into it. Okay. What's up, XOXOJ? Okay. Jeremy Burks, how you doing? Allie, I think we already got you, Sweet Pea. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get some more cards out here. So what else is going on? Hey, Clifford Beans. Hey, Boo. King of Cups here in the upright. Temperance is in the upright. 8 of Cups is in reverse. Knight of Swords is in reverse. 9 of Swords is in reverse. So let's see. King of Cups is Cancer. Temperance, Sagittarius. 8 of Cups in reverse is Pisces. We have the Knight of Swords, Aquarius. And then we have the 9 of Swords, Gemini. All right. So what is going on here? So You are a lover. Whoever you are, this relationship was clearly out of balance because you coming in with a lot of love. If you're the king of cups, you're somebody very reliable. You're reliable, you're thoughtful, you're someone who comes in with a lot of care. You listen. When I hear my head, we listen and we don't judge. You're the type of person who someone can lean on. Okay, as the king of cups. Because you're so loving and caring though, um temperance, you always try to balance things out. So because you're so caring, this was you always trying to balance things even when somebody was being selfish towards you. Okay, so even if this person was being selfish towards you, you always try to come in and try to, finesse it and make it feel better. And this is why you went back. You're a lover. Whoever I'm talking to, you love deep. And since you've been knowing this person since forever, this is what prompted you to go back and want to reverse the tower. It's like, I miss my person. I love them. I want to balance stuff out with them. You want to be with them. And so, you went back just to end up in a situation where things never really move forward. With the Knight of Swords here, like so y'all know, like when you're in a relationship, y'all hit certain markers, right? You go on so many dates, and then somebody decides that, listen, eventually y'all go decide you're going to be exclusive. After you done decided to be exclusive, you know what I'm saying, over time some of y'all decide to move in with each other, or sometimes you decide, after so much time of that, you meet each other, you might meet each other's families and know each other's friends, and then y'all at some point in the game get engaged. Now I might have the order out of whack, but y'all get what I'm saying. You're supposed to hit certain markers. Well, you weren't hitting the markers, baby, because the Knight of Swords here is in reverse. In fact, you didn't hit markers, but you did end up getting repeatedly hurt over and over and over again. And I think that at some point you realize, why am I doing this? When I could just choose to be stress free when I'm in a connection where I'm not getting what I need from it. So I see that, because you start off as the queen of pentacles in reverse. Somebody who stopped giving and started giving to yourself. And it was because, like, why don't I keep stressing myself out trying to love somebody who don't want to be loved? Why am I stressing myself out chasing behind somebody who don't want to be chased? You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, you should chase no one. But what I mean by that, and you may not have chased your person, but you know what I'm saying? Why am I going to keep initiating, contacting you, texting you, calling you, trying to spend time with you? And it's not, that's what I mean. And it's like, you're in a relationship, so you're supposed to call your person. And they're supposed to call back. But it started to feel like you were chasing them. And so it's like, why am I running you down and trying to spend time with you, call you, check in with you, and you're not really giving me nothing? And the reason why they weren't giving you anything is because this person was doing stuff behind your back, like cheating, which I guess at some point they had said they were not going to do, but this is what they're still doing. Okay. Hello, Jody. How you doing? And Cornbread Man. Hey, boo. Lotus B. What it do, boo boo? Okay. Lion Brimstone Records. Welcome to the channel. Okay. This situation started to make someone feel completely unhappy. Look at this. We got the sun at the bottom of the deck. Somebody is really, really unhappy. And it was like you really came to you're at a stalemate with this person, but this is really, you have to make a decision. So this is like you have to protect yourself. You're unhappy. And it's like you're at a crossroads. What do I want to do? It's time for me to close myself off. You're already at a stalemate with this person. This is somebody who is not really fighting to be with you. You're needing to protect yourself. And so it was like some of y'all had to make a decision. The Two of Swords is about making a decision sometimes. And the decision is, or not knowing what decision to make. You had to make the decision to close off. You already got empty cups. They're not even really pouring into your cup. So it was like all your effort literally was being wasted. All your effort that you was giving to this person, it was being wasted. So you might as well just go ahead and close off from this. Okay. So we got Cancer with the Four of Cups, the Two of Swords is Libra, and then the Sun here in reverse. And you decided to pull all the way back. Empress is just let the relationship dry up. Taurus here with the Empress. Just let everything dry up. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry up because this is not happening the way that I think it should. See, because I'm the only one giving to it. Six of Pentacles. You have decided I have to stop. Your efforts, all your giving literally is being wasted. They don't want whatever you're offering. So it's like you giving to what? You giving all this time, all this energy, all this effort just to end up empty. Okay. And that's not fair to you. Okay. So let's move on. How you doing? H Nadale. How you doing, baby? Welcome to the channel. Diana Gorham, Star C, MKO. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Okay, please come on in, y'all. Let's double tap, double tap. Let's get these likes at least up to 100, please, and thank you. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Do say hello. We do give out shout outs, you know. How you doing, Miss Edwards? And Karma Real. And Yasmin Mitchell. How y'all doing? So we got the Five of Pentacles here in the upright Taurus. 10 of Cups, Pisces. All right. We have the 9 of Swords in the upright Sagittarius. What's up, Swella? Swella. Okay, is it Swella? Okay. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. And the Moon, Pisces, here in the upright. All right. So we got the Five of Pentacles here in the upright. See, this is what somebody is feeling. They're feeling unhappy and left out in the cold. Your person, you starting to feel unhappy. You feel left out in the cold. They're not investing. You're coming in with all this effort. And so you decided, remember, you couldn't feel, why am I giving to this? I just stop giving to this. I should just end the relationship. I'm unhappy. I should just leave this out in the cold. And this is really remember I said somebody feels like they're at a crossroad, they have to make a decision. Well, the reason why you feel like you're at a crossroad is because you thought that this person was going to be your happily ever after. This is your divine soulmate. Whoever this is your soulmate. So it's like you have to make a decision. You kept trying to balance things out because you thought that this person was going to be your happily ever after because they are your soulmate. So here it is. This is you giving effort. I'm going to keep trying to balance things out, even though I'm not really sure, because I think this person is supposed to be my happily ever after. So somebody really believed in a soulmate connection. So it made them, and you've been knowing this person since forever. So it's like, I'm going to just keep trying. And so you kept trying and you kept trying and you kept trying and you kept trying, but to no avail because somebody's closed off from you. The the 9 of Wands. So remember, I said you eventually had to decide to close off from this because remember, this is the cup. Whatever you was offering, somebody didn't want it. They was closed off. Your person is closed off. This is double confirmation of how closed off this person is. Somebody has. So it's like you're trying, you're being loving, you're being giving, and it's like you keep hitting a wall. And so this is starting, like I said, to feel like there's nothing good about this. When the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, it's like you just start feeling like, man, like this is like bad. There's nothing good coming from this when you're in the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. All this effort, all this time. And some of y'all may have even started to feel like if you're doing all the giving, maybe you start to feel like you're losing money. And so instead of feeling abundant, like you're the one taking all the losses. I'm the one doing all the giving. I'm the one that's giving all money. I'm the one giving the love. I'm the one giving. And maybe you started to feel like the Empress in reverse at a time when you used to feel like you had the Midas touch. But if you're giving all the giving, guess what happens when we give? That cup becomes empty. So your cup started to feel depleted. And that was why you started to feel like with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, like, why am I doing this? But what was interesting to me is that when you were giving to this person, you didn't see that this is how it was going to turn out. So it's like you were putting in all this effort because you had hope and belief that this was your happily ever after. But what you did not see is that what you were giving to was somebody who was not going to give back to you. You did not see what you was giving to was a situation where you were going to be overextending yourself to depletion. What you did not see was that this person was going to continue to have a wall over you because they're cheating on you. There was things you did not know. You didn't know you were being cheated on. You didn't know that they really didn't care about you like that. You didn't know until it's like you looked up and decided, like, this person, I'm going to be honest with you, it almost looks like this person was not even stressed out about the fact that you felt like you weren't getting what you needed in return. You know how sometimes you try to voice your concern to your person and you be like, um, hey man, I ain't trying to be a bugaboo or nothing, but what's up? I mean, I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just feeling like I'm the only one doing all the calling and talking. I know you're busy. I know you're working. You start making excuses. See how I just did that? Oh, I know you're busy with work and stuff, but baby, it would feel, can you just text me every now and then and let me know what's up? Oh, yeah, I got you. And then you realize they still don't call you. They still don't text you. And it's like you eventually start to feel like every time you call them, that's when it starts to feel like chasing. Because it's like, damn, I'm putting on all this effort. And if you wanted to talk to me, you would talk to me. And so what I see here is, though, you didn't see this though. So you had belief and hope in something and you kept giving to it, and then it just kept ended up empty handed. Somebody's person might like a lot of attention, and this is why they was ghosting you. The 6 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So we have 6 of Wands as Leo. Somebody's person likes being put up on a pedestal. And this may have been the reason why you were being ghosted. Remember I said you kept trying to talk. So here it is again. So it's like this person was leaving you out in the cold because they was getting attention from everybody else. So like when you would call your person and they didn't answer, or you went to voicemail, or you were left on red, it was because they was out here being entertained by all these people who was putting them up on a pedestal and giving them attention. So there they go, ghosting you with the Page of Swords, not answering you, ignoring you. And you're like, damn, why are you ignoring me? You're supposed to be my happily ever after. But this is starting like the person who's supposed to be my happily ever after is ignoring me. They're ghosting me. They're juggling me. And now you're realizing why you keep hitting this wall. It's like finally you're starting to see with your intuition, this is why I'm being juggled. I keep hitting this wall because I'm being juggled. This person's playing me. Okay. So it may have taken a minute for some of y'all to get there. But see, this 2 of Pentacles landed on the pile with the Queen of Swords in the upright. Remember, she's seeing things from a higher perspective. She's making a judgment call. She's setting a boundary. Okay, I need to set a boundary, my damn self, because I'm out here being juggled. So there it is. You decided that, listen, okay, I'm being juggled. I'm the only one giving. I myself need to put up a boundary with this person. So you realize you're coming to a realization here. Okay. Hello, Crystal, Ramon. Anybody else? Hello, Event Yourself. Okay, I'm gonna let you go because your name is Fried, and I think you're trying to be funny. Goodbye. All right, what's up, Christine? What's up, Rocio GB and Empress Tina? Starseed 1. You can't come in here and play me for dumb. Go on somewhere. All right. If you don't like tarot, don't stay out of a tarot room. Okay. What's up, Dashid? How are you? Let's get into it. So you feel like you're being juggled, and the only thing that you were really manifesting, because we have the Magician here in the upright, was bad luck to yourself. If you keep giving to a situation and you keep ending up empty-handed, it's almost like you're investing in something that is fated to not work. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So like if you go buy a car, right? And you buying a used car, but they don't give you the car facts, right? And you choose to buy the car anyway because it's in your price range. But then you drive off the lot and then you're like, oh my God, it starts to knocking, it starts to smoking. And then you keep pouring money into it, this car, trying to get it fixed, but you don't realize you done bought a lemon. Eventually, at some point, you're going to have to be like, okay, I got, and why am I going to keep putting all this money into this lemon? You got to let it go. So it's like you manifested something that really wasn't going to get off the ground anyway with the Wheel of Fortune. It just was spelling disaster. And so this is what you got up and went towards. But see, at the time, you didn't know that. So Hermit here, Virgo. Okay. So somebody did not see that this is how it was going to turn out. Hello, Denise. How you doing? So this is what I got here. So somebody is feeling like, yeah, I didn't see that this was what I like, because you came out of being single, whoever you were the hermit. So you was out here by yourself, and you came out of being single to try to manifest something that ended up not being, but it wasn't gonna work. But here's the key though. This is somebody from your past who you love deeply, but you thought that they were going to restore your faith, that they had changed, that you had changed, that y'all was both coming in with your best foot forward. But that's not what happened here. That is not what happened here. All right. So we got the Four of Pentacles is in reverse. What else you got, Holy Spirit? What's up, interchangeable? Ace of Swords here in the upright. Eight of Wands is in reverse. The World is in the upright. And the Four of Wands is in reverse. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is Capricorn, Ace of Swords, Aquarius, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Eight of Wands, Sagittarius, the World is Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. And then the Four of Wands is Aries. Okay, so you realize that, listen, I have to release this person who likes attention. Four of Pentacles. You got to release this person. You got to. Because you was giving money to this person. You was giving money to somebody who likes attention from others. But you're realizing, listen, I got to let this person go. They like attention. So this is you feeling like, all right, I got to tell myself the truth. When you tell yourself the truth, you got to let this person go. Okay, when you look, because like you can't keep turning. See how this bird is got the stings over his eye. You can't keep turning a blind eye to the truth. The truth is, this person is showing you right to your face that they're ghosting you. Right to your face. The person who's supposed to be your person, who you're supposed to be having it all with, ultimate happiness with, is literally ghosting you. And you can't keep ignoring who this person is and what your expectation was and how it's coming up short. You got to tell yourself the truth. You got to tell yourself the truth. So when you tell yourself the truth, this is when you realize, okay, I am not in alignment with the person that's supposed to be my soulmate if they're juggling it. And I have to create a boundary. And whatever I was giving to them, I might as well just pour it out because they don't want it. So you're realizing that you and this person are not actually in alignment. There is no communication. There's ghosting. They may have even blocked you a couple times. I don't know what's going on with the communication, but there's no communication because they're out here with third parties. So it's like you have to come to the conclusion and a realization and tell yourself with that Ace of Swords, this is the truth. And it's in the upright. You got to tell yourself the truth. You and this person really don't have, y'all are not in alignment. Your mindset and your expectation of what the relationship is supposed to be and what they're showing up as, it's not correlating. It's not. And so this is when you have to listen, remember to be in, I don't know why I'm getting throat chakra energy, but like the throat chakra is about speaking your highest truth, even if it's intuitively and silently. And so sometimes you got to tell yourself the truth. And when you tell yourself the truth, it's time for the world, baby. We got to end this. Y'all have hit we've come to the end of the road. You have manifested the ending because this is a disaster. You're the only one giving. They're out here cheating. This is not the soulmate connection you thought it was. This is not going to end up being your happily ever after. They're doing everything but wanting to be with you. And so you're realizing the relationship has probably, maybe, even though I love this person, I've been knowing them since forever, maybe we have come to the end of the road. You don't really want to be with me. And even though sometimes, y'all, people will go back because there's a nostalgia. I've known you forever. We have memories. And sometimes when you want to go back, it's because you want to recreate what you once had. But I think that somebody is just having to be honest with themselves. Your person's actions are showing you that they don't care. They're not invested. They don't love you. They're juggling you. And y'all have come to the end of the road. It's time for a divorce. It's time for a breakup. The relationship is not stable. You don't have anything to stand on. So when you went back to this, you went to something that ultimately is unstable because somebody still wants to be out here in the streets. Okay? And that's exactly what I'm getting here. Okay? Hello, beautifully me. How you doing? Anybody else I miss? Y'all come on in and say hey. I see it's a lot of y'all still watching without hitting the like button. Hey, welcome to the I Am the Light. Please come in and double tap, and say hello. How you doing? What's up, Mystic Rose? How are you? And Sun Scorpio. Welcome to the channel. Hey, boos. How y'all doing? What's up, Sunny Harrison? No, Sonia Harris. Sonia Harris. How you doing? And Anaya, hey boo, welcome. I'm doing well, and yourself? Okay, Holy Spirit, what else you got? How you doing? Gesturing hand. Okay. Angie, how you doing, Angie? And Jose from California. What's up? So now we got the 3 of Wands here in reverse. The Ace of Wands is in reverse. How you doing? Yogini Element, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. All right, we got the look at this. There's a lot of fire energy, honey. Now we got the 5 of Wands. Ooh, that's a lot of fire energy. Okay, we got the 6 of Swords. Excuse me, 6 of Swords. I'm reading it upside down. And the Queen of Wands here in reverse. Yeah, lots of fire energy on this particular one. So we're starting off with Aries with the 3 of Wands here in reverse. You realize, listen, if you gotta who you self-sabotaging? You kind of self-sabotaging yourself if you keep giving money to somebody who wants to give. You know how sometimes you love somebody and you care for them, so you give them stuff. Like, why am I gifting money to someone who, it's like you self-sabotage yourself. Remember I said, whoever this is, you're telling yourself the truth. And so it's like you realizing that kind of like you're hurting yourself. And so you realize, listen, here with the Ace of Swords, now we have the Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, that you need to change direction. Because like I see you starting to feel like you can't hold and maintain this relationship with the 3 of Wands. When the 3 of Wands is about holding and maintaining, I can't hold and maintain this. I have to let this person go. The attraction is not there. The passion is not there. And the reason why is with the Ace of Wands, and I know the attraction is not there because you keep feeling like you don't have everything you need. So the 3 of Wands is also like not just feeling about being self-sabotage, but just feeling like you don't get what you need. When you try to make a cake, you have to have certain things for what you're making to turn out into a cake. If you're missing the sugar, you got bland dough, and it's not, it's not going to rise. And so just like how I just said, you got bland dough, it's not going to rise. Your relationship is not going to rise if there's no attraction. And you're starting to feel like your person may not be attracted to you because they keep ghosting you and they're talking to all these other people, putting all these other people over you. So the attraction is not there. And so you have to tell yourself the truth. I have to change directions. If I want to come out of chaos and conflict, you don't want to be in competition with other people. This is the 5 of Wands. You don't want to be in competition. You don't want to be in confusion. You don't want to be in chaos. So I have to change directions and just remove myself from being an option that this person can play with or take advantage of and just take my money or come through when they need something. So somebody has decided that, okay, I don't feel like I'm in alignment. And so now you have decided that you're going to stop communicating as well. You're going to stop communicating so that you can stop with the confusion for yourself, because you realize this person's, the attraction is not there. And so part of the thing that you're also realizing is like you and this person always, remember I said somebody always had that break up the makeup, break up the makeup, break up the makeup. So there it is. You have an ending, but are you going to go back and try to make peace? I don't think so. Not this time. I think this time you're telling yourself the truth. You see that y'all have a breakup makeup problem. And so here with the Six of Swords, you want to go back to being out of chaos and confusion. So in order for you to do that, you're going to have to go through some sort of change. Is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is you don't have to work your magic. You don't have to go through a transformation. If you want to be more confident, radiating, more beautiful, loving yourself, you're going to have to get passionate about you. You're going to have to change. A Queen of Wands is someone who knows how to work their magic, but instead of going always outward, you start changing you from the inside out. And so this is what I'm getting. So it's like you have decided to stop fighting for this relationship. You're going to let it go. You want to go back to a time where you're not in confusion or chaos or and competition. So you're going to go through a massive glow up as the Queen of Wands. The moment that you stop giving to this relationship and start pouring into yourself, this is when you start to grow as a person. Okay. What's up, Anaya? How are you? Welcome. April, how you doing, boo? Oh my goodness. She said her person was secretly laughing behind their back. That's not good. Beautiful mommy, how you doing? Red Door Kitchen. Hey boo, welcome. Thank you to Claire for the clapping seal. Thank you, baby. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, this is sad. It is sad, but as sad as it is, what I like is that you're telling yourself the truth. Hello, Shavita Jordan and Norma Pierce, Carmen Cherry. How y'all doing? Cause see, when y'all come to a realization, and sometimes y'all, it hurts to like tell yourself the truth. It hurts to feel like, damn, I let somebody play me and make a fool of me. Especially somebody that you've been knowing for a long time. It's like, dang, you know, there was a coworker of mine who had a boyfriend from way back when, and he contacted her. And I remember she told me she was real happy. One day we was at work and she was like, yeah, we dated, X amount of years. It was a lot of years, like 6, 7 years ago. And she was like, he contacted me out the blue and it was like, wanting to get together. Would you like to go out to eat? And just catching up. And she said, so they had been talking on the phone and stuff. And she was like, I'm really excited. And then she was like, they were going to go out. He ended up playing her. And she was like, felt like her time was wasted, you know? But what's crazy is that when she was telling me, I was like, something in my head was like, it's not gonna work. Like he's playing. He just wants attention. Like this is what my mind just started talking, and it was like he's playing her. I could see it all, even through her excitement. I was like, he playing her. He just don't have nobody else to entertain him, and he's gonna use her for attention. And then once he finds whoever he wants attention from, his new replacement, he gonna drop you like a bad habit. He just wanted to, you was just somebody who was convenient. I unfortunately sometimes people send out multiple, I don't know why I'm getting this, but they send out multiple texts or bites to people they used to talk to see who gonna give them attention until they meet that next new boo. So you like a placeholder. Sometimes y'all, we just don't believe stuff. You really want to believe people change. But sometimes you just need to believe what you saw the first time, it is what it is. And so there was like this person, she didn't really look at the fact that like when he came back into her life, what did he do that was different besides a good game talking? You see what I'm saying? Hello, Angela, McDavid, and Empress Tina. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't see stuff like that, but this is what I'm getting here. So we have the Page of Wands. So you have decided that you were putting all your effort into something that, like I said, that was not going to give you everything you needed. So now with the Page of Wands, Aries in the Chariot, somebody is realizing the only thing that you were getting off the ground was something that was not going to be successful. You were basically, imagine trying to start a fire, a spark with someone who clearly is not attracted to you, but you're not believing they're attracted to you because they came back into your life. You believe, hey, if you come back, you must have hey, you still got feelings, ew. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have seen a podcast where men, these are men that will say this: if y'all break up, don't be the one that I can call and come back to, ladies. Now I don't know about women doing this to men. Typically, when a woman want to come back to a man, it's because she really has feelings for you. But it is not the case like that for always for men versus women. Typically men don't, when y'all go back, baby, that's a game for my ladies. Now, but men, when a woman wants you back, it's because she genuinely probably cares about you, or unless you was dealing with a chicken head. Now, if you was dealing with a chicken head, then that's different. And when I say chicken head, somebody who's just like money hungry, she wants you for your money. But typically, a woman who cares about a man, who wants to be with him, she's in it because she really does love you. Whereas a man, if he wants you back, typically it's like I said, you're a placeholder. You're a placeholder, baby. And sometimes what really hurts is like the one who said, I can't remember which one of y'all said it, but she was like, you found out your person was lying behind you, laughing behind your back. Some men actually will laugh at you, ladies, for coming back, for answering your phone after the breakup. Because like, and they will laugh with their friends. Got them. Yep. I went over there and hit that. I'm done. I just want to get one off. Then you feel like a fool. And so this person is realizing that, listen, you kept trying to have a spark, but it's like you kept trying to move forward, but this person's standing still, baby. This person, there's so much space between the two of y'all. You kept wanting there to be a spark, but see how this person is still way back here. So it's like you're the only one moving forward. And so if you're the only one moving forward, where y'all going? Nowhere. The chariot here, Cancer, is there's no forward movement in the relationship. And so this is why it's not successful. Hey, Rick James, how you doing? So you're realizing that, listen, Three of Cups, this is somebody who really don't even want to be your friend. Truth be told. Because let me tell you how you know that this person is not your friend. You want to come out of chaos and conflict. If this person was your friend, they never would have put you in chaos and conflict in the first place with the Five of Swords. So, like, you know how sometimes you think that y'all, listen, whether we break up or make up, we still friends at the end of the day, but this is not your friend. Because a friend still cares about you, a true friend. And a true friend is not going to juggle you or put you in confusion. At least if I'm your friend, I'm going to say, hey, baby, let me tell you the real. I'm not ready. I don't really know where I want to be, and I'm kind of open to dating, and I don't want to be in a commitment. That's what a friend would do if y'all's foundation was built on friendship. You see what I'm saying? But you ain't even got that. You don't have that. So you got to decide, you got to see that, like, damn, this person, if you cared about me at all, you would just be real. You would keep it 100. Because that's what grown adults who care, if you have an ounce of care for me, that's what you would do. You would just tell me the truth. And so now you're really, okay, this person is not really my friend. They're ghosting me, they're lying to me. And you're realizing more and more and more that what you went back to was a situation where you were going to be left carrying the weight of the entire relationship. And it was hard. You out here with the Ten of Swords, baby. There ain't no way you could carry a whole relationship by yourself. You were bound to feel empty at some point. At some point, you carrying all the wands by yourself. So that means you doing all the calling, all the texting, all the gift giving, all the wanting to spend time. You may have been paying for all the dates. You doing all of this was on your back. This is a part of telling somebody, telling yourself the truth. Hey, T got him. How you doing? See, whoever you are, when you come to this realization with the Five of Swords, I think that you realize that, listen, Some of y'all's people, now I'm getting two messages. Some of y'all's people felt like, remember, they like attention. So maybe they thought that they were so fine that everybody wanted them. And they got in their ego and wanted their cake and to eat it too. So that's one message I'm getting from just these two cards. But the other messages I'm getting is that you yourself have to win at all costs to go through this transformation. You know, y'all, transformation happens when you realize the truth. And instead of allowing yourself to rewrite the story how your brain may want to do it, because sometimes, y'all, when you see that you need to break up with somebody, your brain will default and want to tell you all the good stuff about this person. Oh, and make excuses for the behavior. But if you want to win at all costs and go through this transformation, you're going to have to fight for this transformation. You're going to have to fight for it. And so this may be something that you realize, I have to do this on my own. I'm going to have to make a change. I'm going to have to change on my own. If I want to go back to a life that's stress free, if I want to go back to a life that is without confusion and chaos, and I'm not being a third party, then I have to change. They're not changing. They're not going to stop talking to third parties. So I have to remove myself and win and choose me if I want to win. I want to win. I want to celebrate me. I want to feel whole. I don't want to feel stressed out anymore. So you have to make a change and a choice. That's a choice, because there are lots of people who are hanging on for a thread, waiting on somebody to choose them. And I know we don't like to look at ourselves as pick me's, but when you're talking to somebody, you've had a lot of breakup to makeups and you're waiting on them to get yourself to themselves together. Sometimes you are waiting in the sense like a pick me. I'm waiting for you to get it together and you choose me. You choose us. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but I need you to accept what I'm saying so that you can go through the transformation and get off the hamster wheel. Because there are lots of people who come through here who want their person back. Okay. And so change starts with you and telling yourself the real, and stop romanticizing what it could be that time. Oh, remember when we went out to eat and it was real romantic and they spoiled me and they told you you get whatever you want. And so you can go back to those times and you have certain memories and you want to relive them. And so as soon as you want to back out, your brain will say, but remember how good it was. But when you tell yourself the truth, when you tell yourself the absolute truth, you have to stay in the reality of what is it showing me right here, right now. Not what it could be, not the potential of what it could be, not what it used to be. What are you showing me right now? And sometimes you got to tell your brain, brain, no. The reality is, this is what's going on right here, right now. This is what's going on right here, right now. You see what I'm saying? And so, because some people romanticize the past. Sometimes people romanticize, especially when it's somebody that you thought you was going to have a future with. You know what I'm saying? Oh, remember when we went on this trip and remember when we did this? Oh man, if we could just go back to them good old times. So it's like that's what will make you want to keep trying to work with somebody because you remember the good times. You see what I'm saying? And there it is with the eight of Pentacles. This is somebody wanting to get off the ground, working together. But you can't work with this person. So what you're going to have to get off the ground is choosing you and putting that effort into you. So instead of getting the ground off with this person, you realize that they're not wanting it. They're standing still. You got to take the step forward to just work alone on you. On you, because see, they're not taking a step forward with you. See how he's walking and she's standing still. This person is not moving. They're still over here with their third parties doing whatever. Okay. We got the Three of Pentacles is in reverse. So this is one of the things that you realize that you see, you're doing all the work and this person's not doing nothing. See, this is supposed to be the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about working together, but you're the only one doing all the work. That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship that's going to move forward. If one of y'all is out here doing all, like I said, all the calling, all the giving, all the back rubs, all the, whatever, the home task. Somebody is like got you doing like literally running around like a chicken with your head cut off. That is not fair. That's not fair. That's not a relationship. So the Eight of Pentacles is Virgo. The Three of Pentacles is Capricorn, and that's Earth energy. And see, you're looking to be grounded. You see what I'm saying? And so, in order to be grounded, what you're realizing is you have to invest in you. You got to stop investing in this relationship that's not going anywhere. And you got to set yourself free mentally and emotionally here with the Eight of Swords. So, with the Eight of Swords, Gemini energy, you're going to set yourself free. And what sets you free is the truth. See? There's no more sitting and watching. No more sitting and watching. This is somebody, you see it, you acknowledging it. There's no more secrets to be seen. You see it. See, when the High Priestess is in reverse, there's not, okay, she normally just sit back, she watches, she waits. And I'm going to be honest with you, whoever this is in this particular reading, and the way that this is started off is, I think that you saw eventually from sitting in the High Priestess at some point, that this person got you doing all the heavy lifting. And now you don't have to sit in the High Priestess and use your intuition. Now you're telling yourself the truth. The secret is out. Baby, you doing all the damn work. You went back to something that was technically, you didn't look at it at the time. When you went back to something, look at this, dry ground. You went back to something that really wasn't going to get off the ground anyway because somebody, their heart wasn't in it to begin with. And when you go back and you start looking at the facts and you start reverse engineering your relationship, sometimes that's when you see it. Because like this is why jumping into the next relationship is not always the best thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not always the best thing. And some people, like I was just watching, y'all know that talk show panel, Tonight's Conversations, where it's like those group of people and they're giving a relationship advice. You know what I'm saying? And they actually had Lance Gross, an actor, up here, and they was like, well, what would you do to get over a breakup? Have you had your heart broken? And he was like, yeah. They said, well, what his advice was, you go you go talk to somebody else. That is not growth, to go talk to somebody else. Growth is you want to change the behavior. So the only way you're going to change the behavior is if you take the time to get in the High Priestess mode and look at all the things you missed. Go back. Ask God to open your eyes so you can see. Memories will start coming back to you, and you're going to start being able to connect the dots. And then that's how you're going to change. If you can't go into your next relationship changed, if you ain't did the damn work to see where things went wrong. But there will be a time where you don't have to sit in the High Priestess. You can actually be in reverse because now you see. And once you see, you got to tell yourself the truth. The truth is you're doing all the damn work. This is not fair to you. You're dating someone who is in their ego and very irresponsible. This is somebody, listen, a King of Wands, regardless, forward or reverse, gets attention. But this is somebody who is irresponsible with the attention that they're getting. This is somebody who is irresponsible. They're not really there. They're not a leader because they're so busy getting into other things. The King of Wands is also going to be like a man whore. You see what I'm saying? So this is somebody who is out here getting it. They get attention. They're not really being responsible with the attention that they're getting. And so you have to tell yourself, okay, all right, I get it. Let me back my behind up. This ain't going to work. And if I really want to change, then I'm going to have to stand in the truth and tell myself the truth. That light bulb, Hangman, Pisces, got to kick on. Bing, 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 bing. Light got to come on. And once the light comes on, you realize this is what you realize listen, you kept giving to a situation that you thought was going to be beneficial, but it left you feeling empty. Justice is in reverse. You felt empty. But the truth is what sets you free. This person lies to you. This person keeps you out of balance. They're keeping you stressed because they're ghosting you. Sometimes some of y'all, like the Nine of Swords said, you want to be stress-free. So that means that there was a time when you was up at night because worrying where they at, why they ain't calling me, why they doing this to me, don't know, stress. Well, listen, I love love. But that shit is stressful when somebody knows that you're like y'all talk, you care about this person. This is your person. Y'all, so you get off work, you're expecting to get a phone call, and hours go by, and now you left on red. They see. Listen, people take their phones into the toilet. They have shower holders, so you can have it in the shower. You take it with you in the car. You can't tell me somebody ain't seen that damn message. People ignore you because they want to. And so this is you telling yourself that with justice in reverse, I'm being lied to. And I'm feeling out of balance. And if you want to come out of this mental prison, then you're going to have to tell yourself the truth that this really wasn't no relationship. This is bullshit. And you got to let go. It ain't no secret. You gotta let go, baby, because this ain't no love. This is why the foundation with that tower, you got to just let the tower happen, baby. This time, and instead of, because see, y'all will be on repeat relationships, break up to make up until you finally decide to get off the hamster wheel. How many times have we done this? How many times have we done this? I know for myself, I'm in a relationships with breakup to make up. And I remember I had mentioned a song by Vito the other day, You Got It, right? Where he talks about, you got it, you got it, you got it, yeah, yeah, yeah. He talks about, girl, go get your, go, it's like a song that tells women, hey, this person didn't preach you. Go back to school, go get yourself work out, go back to feeling yourself, right? Because whoever this is, they ain't done playing. They don't know where they want to be. And so you have to realize that you still got something in you. You are a person that was whole before they got there. You're going to be a whole person after. But when we want love, sometimes we want something so bad, especially when your expectation is, this is my soulmate. This is my person. You going to be my end all be all. You supposed to be my ultimate happiness. But when you look at the facts, and you take a step back and you're looking at it like, damn, if you're supposed to be my person, why am I doing all the lifting? Why am I doing all of this? And you got to let go. And so that's what I see here. Somebody's light bulb is coming on. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to stop giving to this situation where you're being done dirty. You're going to have to just go ahead and go through the breakup, because this is not a stable relationship with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This person's irresponsible. There ain't nothing about y'all's relationship or home life gonna be stable. Not with a person who wants to be a whore. Can't make a hoe a housewife or a husband. We all have heard the term, but this is you coming into acceptance. Your person wants to be out here hoeing out. This ain't gonna be it. This is not gonna be it. How you doing, Valerie? Buster Houdini, Deshaun Smith, User Bull. How y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. Anybody else? Sherry Brown. Hey, boo. Hey, girly. Anybody else? So, Tiffany, did I get you? If I didn't, hey, Maria, I shall not be moved. How are you, sweetie? All right, I'm going to go back down towards the bottom. So, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. That is not the goal here. The goal is that, listen, this lesson is really about you using your intuition and being honest with yourself when something is not working. And when something is not working, we have to sometimes, because if you don't, you're going to stay on that hamster wheel or break up to make up, break up to make up, break up to make up, break up to make up. And at some point, when are you going to get off? When are we going to get off the hamster wheel and go, you know what? We've been together. You said stuff to me. I can think of at least 3 times. And it's funny because today I was listening to songs and it brought up memories, because y'all know we're in Mercury retrograde. So don't be surprised if right now stuff triggers memories from your past. And that song, like I said, that song, You Got It by Vito, and he talks about, girl, get your life back together. But he says it in a nice way. You got it. You still got it. So don't let this person break you. You got it. And I remember that song had actually came out when I was on a breakup to makeup time with an ex. And he used to would say some of the most craziest things because he used to kind of take in a lot of red pill content by like Kevin Samuels and stuff. And he would say some really off the wall things. And I remember when he would do this, I would just separate myself, but I always kept going back. You see what I'm saying? Why did I go back? Well, this is supposed to be my soulmate, so I'm gonna give you another shot. So, like, especially y'all, when you feel like if you're new to spirituality, those tend to be the people. Over time, you get it. Once you've kind of been in spirituality long enough, but when you're new to spirituality and somebody tells you, oh, soulmate, you go, oh, this is the person that God made just for me. Okay, okay, okay. And you really want it to work. And so you are willing to put up with sometimes things that you shouldn't because you're giving this person time to get it together. And at some point, you have to realize that this is not what God wants for me. And so, because this is drama, Queen of Cups is in reverse. So it's like you have to cut the light bulb on and like, this is drama, baby. And this person actually is upsetting some of y'all to the point where you're going to need to go sit on somebody's couch if you keep trying to work towards this. Because they're going to drive you crazy, the behavior. Because see, sometimes when people, what they do is they set you off. You see what I'm saying? Oh, why you cheating on me and all this? And then it becomes a back and forth. And you know you da 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 da. And you're doing all this. If you got to argue with somebody about cheating on you, baby, you have already lost. You've already lost, and I'm sorry, but I got to tell you the truth. You have already lost because you're not accepting what they're showing you. They're showing you that you don't value, and guess what else they're showing you? That you don't value. Because if you gave a damn about yourself, why are you allowing somebody to play with you? If they're with someone else, baby, if they wanted to be with you, they would be with you. How you doing, Esau? Issa, how you doing, Issa and Jeremy Peters? Did I say hey to Jeremy Burks? Hey, Jeremy Burks, I see you came in earlier. Okay, and then we got the Nine of Pentacles here is in reverse. So you realize that you are connected to drama and that this person is only with you for new financial beginnings. Some of y'all are abundant. You are emperors or empresses. You are very much in your bag. You're really a codependent. I mean, not a codependent. I meant to say independent person. And if this person wants to be codependent on your wealth. So the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is someone who wants to be codependent on you. You kept giving somebody new financial beginnings. So they kept you around. And they may have known that you looked at them as a soulmate. So they took advantage of it. They took advantage of it. Oh, yeah, I know you see me as a soulmate. So they played you. They were the devil. This is somebody who probably used sex to help control you. They will lay you down. And the confusion is because, see, a lot of y'all don't realize that, you know, that sacral, and there's a line there. Your sacral, because see, it's root, sacral, solar plexus, heart chakra, right? And that whole thing with that sacral and that root chakra energy, it will be completely thrown off. It will affect your confidence. It will affect you wanting to move forward with certain goals and ideas. And then the next thing you know, your heart gets caught up. When we lay down, we create soul ties, and now you feel caught up. And so it's hard to get away from the devil because see, it's dark. How you gonna get out? The only way you're gonna get out is if you tell yourself the truth. Okay, so this person will keep laying you down. Oh, they are you mad? They go take you in the bedroom, give it to you real good, and then you stop being mad for a little bit. And so you got to get off of the hamster wheel. You're having to tell yourself, listen, this person has, some of them have addictive behaviors. Cheating for some people is addictive. And so you have to let this go. You got to let the devil go. And see, there it is. You got to stop giving to this situation because it's controlling you. And I know some of y'all don't look at it that way, but if you have went back to your person 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, y'all been dating 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year. Y'all done broke up countless times. This ain't it. And so you got to stop giving to this situation that has some sort of control over you. And look, you got to let this person go, baby. They're impulsive. This is somebody who goes after options heavy. Listen, this is my Knight of Wands with the Seven of Cups. This is somebody sexually impulsive, baby. This is somebody who out here, they get it in with the community. And when I mean the community, I mean the community. That's men and women, honey. This somebody got options. And you cannot keep allowing yourself to be one of them. And they come in and control you with a little sex and then do you dirty with justice in reverse. You can't do this. And the devil is Capricorn, Nine of Pentacles, Virgo, Queen of Cups, Pisces, Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Ten of Pentacles, Virgo. Knight of Wands with Sagittarius and the Seven of Cups and Scorpio. You got to get off this hamster wheel because this person, they're impulsively sleeping with others. Come in, make love to you, ask you for some stuff because they know you're their soulmate. But the truth of the matter is, I tell y'all all the time, by their fruit, you will know them. What is the fruit? Actions. By somebody's actions will always speak louder than words. So what you thought was a divine connection ain't divine. Lovers is in reverse. This is Gemini. This was supposed to be a divine partnership, but this ain't no divine partnership when you look at the actions. If we breaking up and making up, there's runner, there's chaser, y'all supposed to be twin flames or whatever the hell that is going on. But if you keep breaking up to make it up and you keep somebody's chasing and the other person's running, then there has to be a point where somebody says, wake the hell up. If they wanted you, they would be here. Stop. You're getting hurt. Pour all this damn energy that you was giving into them, pour it in yourself and go through the transformation, change directions and go find and attract something that really wants to be with you. Because if this is so divine, then why is it moving every which way but divine? Do you see what I'm saying? It's all about telling ourselves the truth. And I didn't mean to snap you out of it, but that's how it has to be. That light bulb has to literally like snap on. And you just go, okay, I cannot keep doing this to myself. I'm crying 1 minute, I'm oohing and ahhing the next minute. You ghosting me and talking to me, you come in, you love bomb me, you give me a little bit of attention, you spend a little bit of time on me, and then after you F me and ask me for some money, you right back out the door. Women do it to men, men do it to women, and some of y'all in same-sex connections that do that same stuff to you. It happens. And you got to stop. At some point, you have to stop. And even if this is not romantic, because some of y'all that watch me is not romantic, some of y'all got family members that play off of your heartstrings just like that. Because we family, you always got to have hope for them. You always got to be there for them. I'll tell you the guy who was like that. His brother almost died one time when he was a child, right? Because he was supposed to be watching his brother. He didn't do it. And they were grown now. This happened when they was children. But his younger brother would play off of the older brother and would do him dirty like he still owed him all these years later. So he felt obligated to keep putting up with his brother's shit because it was almost my fault that you almost died. And you my brother, so you always got to look out. So it was like, no, I'm like, he playing you. So it doesn't matter if this is romantic. It doesn't matter if it's friendship. It doesn't matter if it's a family member. It's a business partner. You got to snap out of it and tell yourself the truth. If you and this person keep falling out and getting back together, at some point, you got to tell yourself the truth. What are their current actions saying? And if they really cared about me, then we would not even be going through this. When that breakup happened, they would have came over and said, baby, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna let you, what's going on? We gonna get to the bottom of this because hey, you ain't separating from me. They didn't do that. A lot of them was ghosting you and they weren't chasing you down. See what I'm saying here? I need y'all to connect the dots. That's all I'm asking. What's up, C Mac? Just connect the dots so we can all be in harmony about what I'm saying here. Okay, y'all, this is called the Psychic Tarot. We used this yesterday as well, but we're going to go back into it today. How you doing? Is it Cheersy? Cheersy? Is that supposed to be how you say it? Hey, baby. Or share? Is it share or Cheersy? I don't know. It says Cheersy F. Hey, Hazelnut. Welcome to the channel. Anybody else? Buster Houdini. Did I get you? I think I already got you, Buster. But and I'm not, like I said, y'all, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or feel dumb or feel guilty. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get some of y'all who want, listen, you can go back. If you want to go back, baby, you have the option and the right to go back. That means you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're not ready to let go. And that's okay. But eventually they're going to do enough to make you hurt to want to let go. Okay? And sometimes y'all realize that when you go back, you're telling somebody, you're teaching them that you don't really, that's not a boundary for you. If I take you back after cheating, that's not really a boundary for you. I could cheat and you'll still take me back. If somebody talks to you recklessly and you keep going back, okay, I can talk to you recklessly, say I'm sorry enough, you'll take me back. You're actually training them that you don't, that's not really, you'll get over it. So like when you get mad, then they'll be like, they're just kind of frivolous with it, like, but yeah, whatever. They'll get over it. So you have to teach people by your absence. Your absence is what teaches somebody respect. Your absence. Now they're already ghosting you. So then you don't allow that door to be open when they try to come back in. That's how you don't, hey, baby, you don't respect the position you have. You don't respect having access to me. You take advantage of it. So I'm going to take that back from you. You no longer get access to me. Having access to a person is a privilege. I don't know if everybody else looks at it that way, but it is. Certain people you have access to, that is a privilege, especially a person who has your back. And if you can't respect me having your back and the privilege of being my friend, then why don't I just remove it? And I bet you're going to miss it when it's gone. That's how we do it. Holy Spirit, what you got from the Psychic Tarot? It's time for you to stand your ground. What does standing your ground means? Standing the truth, baby. No matter how big and bold. You see how this almost looks like, ooh, my ears ringing. This almost looks like a planet, and it's looking like it's about to run this person right in their face. But they standing there and they gonna take it. No matter how big or how much it hurts, this is standing in the truth. And this is when things are actually going to turn around with the 7 up there. The 7 is a lucky number. You know what I'm saying? So you standing your ground and standing in your truth, no matter how big the problem or how crazy the situation looks, that's actually good luck because now you're seeing it for what it is. And you're standing up for you. You're standing up for you. If you're not going to fight for you, then who will? Because see, the sacrifices have to be made. There has to be a sacrifice. When we want elevation, there's a sacrifice. She's standing in water, right? Up to her waist. So that means we're going to have to go through some things sometimes to get what we want. And this right here is called with the crown chakra activation. So that's what it is. So like you want to be balanced, you want change to come, it's going to cost you something. And one of the things, like I said, is that crown chakra activation, which is also number 7, another lucky number. So the luck is in knowing that, listen, if I want something to change, then I'm going to have to sacrifice something. And sometimes it's the love that you have for this person is what you're sacrificing. You're going to sacrifice the love that you have for them to save yourself. Did you hear what I just said? You're going to sacrifice the love that you had for this person to save yourself. Because a lot of times when you loving other people, sometimes y'all stop loving yourselves. But the moment that you start going within, that's when real prosperity begins. Not with this other person, but it's almost like prosperity begins with you and the divine. This is when you really start to grow. You start to grow from the inside out. See, it starts as a seed. The seed is underneath the ground. You see what I'm saying? And so this prosperity that you want, this growth that you want, this, and see, there's butterflies on top of this tree. These little green butterflies are really tiny. If you want to grow, then you're gonna have to start from the inside out. And so I'm going to stop pouring all this attention and love into you. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to put all this stuff into myself. I'm going to sacrifice giving you all this attention, and I'm going to grow this thing with me from the inside out. And this is when I'm going to go through the transformation. This is when I'm going to find abundance. This is when real prosperity begins. And this is going to lead, believe it or not, to a lot of rejoicing and celebrations for you. This is when you're going to feel victorious. See, it's 3 cups here, but it's 1 big cup on the outer side. So I'm saying, so if you want to feel victorious and rejoice, then you got to something you're going to have to take the time to invest in you. You are the project. And you are worth saving. You are worth loving. You got to find your self-worth. Hey, James Flooring. Hey, boo. How you doing? Tuesday. Monica. I think I already got you, Monica. How y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. See? So one of the things that you're going to do is you're going to have to decide to be alone. Some of y'all got to go into hermit mode. You're going to have to, because see, when you go into hermit mode, this, believe it or not, even though the high priestess is not out here, the high priestess also has a book. This is when you're going to be able to go back and see all the things that were wrong. So, because see, you didn't just arrive to somebody ghosting you and cheating on you. Sometimes you got to go, well, how did we get here? Because obviously when y'all got back together, there was no ghosting and cheating going on. So how did it end up right back there? So you got to go back and look at the steps. When did you let your guard down? When did they feel like that you don't have a boundary? What makes them think that they can treat you like this? You got to go backwards. Okay, you got to go back in time by yourself and sit with the divine or the universe, your light team, and that's the sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice being with someone else to be in solitude to get answers, divine wisdom. So it's like stepping into the unknown. That's what we're doing. How you doing, Ternan and St. Pigeon and Dale Woodruff? Dale Woodruff. Queenie F. How you doing, baby? Welcome to the channel. Okay. It says material and spiritual prosperity. When you take this time with the universe, we kind of touched on it a little bit yesterday, but that was a different reading. This is when you go through crown chakra activation, there are material and spiritual prosperity. You gain wisdom. And believe it or not, when you gain wisdom, you actually become more abundant all the way around. Sometimes you even become more abundant financially because you realize what you're giving to. You were wasting money, honey. So sometimes the money just starts coming back to you. Like we talk about, I did y'all a little short from another reading where I talked about it's like the moment somebody leaves your life, everything goes up. And the reason why is because you start getting material prosperity because like when you stop giving to situations that's dead, all of a sudden your money starts growing because you're not giving it to someone who is just taking advantage. Okay. Hey, Spiffy Sense. How you doing, baby? And Monica, how you doing? So here it is. When you stop giving a situation, sometimes your peace returns, your joy returns, your money starts going up. All this comes from you taking time to go within. Because now that you're not giving to somebody who's stressing you out and ghosting you, of course you're going to be happy. Of course you're going to sleep better at night. When you're not giving your money away to somebody who's just looking at you like an ATM, of course your money going to go up. Because you're not giving to dead weight. You're not just spending on somebody who is showing you the back of their ass. Hey, Nixon. And Out of the Ashes and Professor Astral. How y'all doing? Welcome. Okay, Astral, what is you on? Okay, I don't know what you on, baby. Okay. Foundation and achievement. And then we have love begins. So when you take this time, y'all, and you go within and you're like a seed, and you're a seed that will change from the inside out. This is what's actually going to build your foundation for achievement. So like if you do want a family, you do want a relationship, you want to build a home and a foundation, you got to start with you. Listen, it all starts and ends with you. So you got to do the self-healing work. You don't like where you are, then change the foundation. Do the self-healing work, and then your foundation will be more successful because you took the time to heal it. And see, real love begins when you start pouring into yourself with the help of the divine. Love does not start when you get with another person, and then no, it starts with you and the divine helping you to understand that you are important. The way that you think, your heart, all of that, it's important. And loving you is important. And so once you start to love you, that's when love begins. That's when prosperity begins. And that's what's going to set the foundation for you getting another whole person, not somebody who's broken, who coming to you with a lot of childhood traumas that they have not healed. Because see, like attracts like. So if you want to manifest properly and you want somebody that's healed and whole, then you got to come with the right foundation of being a healed whole person who already has love from within. You're not looking to see, some people look at love for validation. But when you truly love yourself, you don't need that outside validation. I'm going to love me whether you love me or not. Even if don't nobody tell me I look good, I'm going to say, girl, you got it. You still got it. You got to see you and love you. And love is taking care of you. Okay? Hello, World 600 show. How you doing, baby? See, some of y'all got to go on an emotional withdrawal. It's time for somebody to go in a hermit mode. You're being called to go in a hermit mode. You're see how this person's sitting by the water. They're meditating. Water has a good way of trying to draw out, like it helps strengthen your intuition sometimes when you sit by water. And it says emotional withdrawal, but it has a number 8. 8 is a number of abundance. So like when you sit in your emotional withdrawal, and notice how there's a blue light, that throat chakra, you're telling yourself the truth. You're going through your emotions. You know what I'm saying? And you're sitting in hermit mode and just allowing your, didn't I just say this? That throat chakra, it's like you're telling yourself the truth. So the throat chakra is not always about, it is about speaking your highest truth, but not just outwardly, but internally. Your intuition. What are you telling yourself silently? And what is your intuition saying? Is it telling you the truth? A lot of times you're not going to hear the truth until you take a step back. If you think I'm kidding, put your hand near your face like this. When you put your hand near your face, you can't see the lines on your hand. But when you take time to sit in emotional withdrawal, that's like sitting back and putting some distance. Now you can see the picture more clear. But when you're up close and we're in certain relationships, we just don't see things clearly. We just don't. So take a step back. Can I be honest with you? This is shadow work. Some of you will suffer in silence. As you sit on this pier of trying to look at things from a higher perspective, it will hurt. Some of you will suffer in silence because you're in solitude, and you got to self-soothe. Because everybody is not going to listen. When it comes to growth, you can't always ask for advice outside of you. You have a higher self. You have angels, guardian angels. You are connected to the divine. And so some of you will suffer in silence as you go through this journey of looking at something from a higher perspective and reverse engineering. It hurts. It hurts. Why do I put up with cheating? Was my daddy a cheater? Was my mom always the side chick? Like, believe it or not, all that stuff plays roles in y'all. If you was the baby that was born out of a cheatation, that has an effect on you and how you see relationships. If you were the break baby, I'm serious. If you are somebody who watched your dad or your mom go through cycles of breaking up to make up, cheating, disrespect, abuse, all of these are childhood traumas. And sometimes looking outside of you is not going to fix it unless you're sitting with a therapist. Sometimes you got to sit down and look at you got to look at the foundation. Where did this start? How did I get here? Because see, you're trying to build a new foundation. So you got to understand, how did you come to think that this is normal and trying to build a relationship off of what you thought was normal. Okay, here with foundation, firm foundation. So we're going to make some changes. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make some changes. Hello, love, hate. Welcome to the channel. Let's get, thank you. Well, no, that didn't fall. Because a lot of y'all want true spiritual unions. But in order for you to listen, one of the things that they say, and I'm going to just use this because it's biblical, but it popped in my head. Some of y'all want a spiritual union. But have y'all heard the term in the Bible that the relationship is a threefold cord? It's supposed to be you, your person, and the divine. And they say a threefold cord is not easily broken. But if you don't have a spiritual union with the divine first, how you going to have a spiritual union with this person? How y'all gonna have a leg to stand on? Because you gotta build your relationship with the divine. They need to build their relationship with the divine. You need to know yourself. You need to be whole and healed. And then y'all both come together and God can strengthen what y'all have, because you built the foundation correctly. So this is all leading up to shadow work. You got to do the damn shadow work. There is no ifs, ands, about it. There is no jumping into the next relationship. Take the time to look at yourself and listen. When you're doing this shadow work, what was this person mirroring back to you about yourself? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't just point the finger and be like, they cheated. This cheater was a cheating dog. You was putting up with that cheating dog. You was in a relationship with that cheating dog. How did you come to be in a relationship? What was your role in your story? That's shadow work. What is this teaching you about yourself? It says choose wisely here at the bottom of the deck. See, when you sit alone and you start looking back at your relationship, this is what's going to determine what direction you go in next. Are you still going to be over giving? Are you going to be closed off? Are you going to be moving in the right direction? Are you going to block people from coming into your life? Are you going to try to redirect them somewhere else? You got to make choices, but the choices come after you've done the shadow work. Some people just, you got to sit with you to decide what you're going to do, and show yourself some patience, baby. Because growing a new foundation does not start overnight. You don't go overnight from a seed to a full-blown tree with peaches on it. Takes years. Takes years. I got a peach tree. I remember I planted this peach tree 12 years ago. This is the first year I got peaches galore. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I didn't plant my tree as a seed, because I would still probably not be going that far with it. But it was a baby tree. It looked like a twig, a little skinny twig. Now I got a full-blown tree full of peaches. But it took time to get here. Didn't happen overnight. I wasn't getting peaches in the first 2, 3 years. Wasn't getting peaches the first 5, 6. I'm just now getting peaches galore. This first year I done looked up and it looks like it's about 60 peaches on this tree. It took time. And that's, listen, see how this purple, it takes time for you to grow in your crown chakra activation. It takes time for you to pull out the wisdom of lessons. And there are multiple lessons you got all these different relationships. Those are lessons, baby. There's multiple lessons that you can pull from damn near every relationship you've been in. But you got to take the time to look at the seeds and want to grow in wisdom from them. So you got to have patience. Okay. Last card from this deck is heartache and loss. Some of you guys feel like you are in between a rock and a hard place. This is a lady who feels like she's bound to her pain. You are not. You're not bound to your pain. Some of y'all have ended up in trials and tribulation behind heartbreaking pain. It's like, how do we end up in trials and tribulation? The money problems sometimes come from bad relationships. You lost a home, you lost a car, somebody left you in debt. And it feels like you're always going to be tied to it. And if you look real close, she has her head down. That's shame. Sometimes we do feel shame for the things that we allowed ourselves to fall into. And notice that her hands, instead of praying like this, her hands are down. Because sometimes people feel so shamed for falling for the lie that you feel like you can't even talk to the divine about it, which is a lie. That's not true. You can always talk to the divine. She's even wearing a sword with the Ace of Swords, and the sword is down. She feels shame. The sword down means you fell for the lie. And now you feel bound to all the results of, now I got to get my finances together. And if I talk to people about it, they might tell me I'm a fool. How could you get played like that? I would never. People even in the comments sometimes, y'all be like, I would never. That doesn't happen to me. Well, hey, baby, keep living. Keep living. Ain't nobody going to come out of this place unscathed. Keep living. You might not have found the one who broke your heart yet, but keep living. We all go through it. But I do sometimes there's people in the comments, I would never. I don't think like that. I would never. You just ain't found the right one who has done you that way. You just have not. It happens. It happens. Okay. Y'all, this is called the Wisdom of the Oracle, and this is our closing message. Hello, Karen Langford. How you doing, boo? And Elizabeth, how are y'all doing? You're so welcome, baby. I see you, Spiffy. First card out. Spirit is trying to tell you. Some of y'all are in divine, what you think is your divine feminine or masculine. You think this is your soulmate. You think that this is your twin flame. And Spirit, first card out, Spirit is saying, no, they're not for you. They're not for you. How do you know they're not for you? This is a chessboard. The way somebody plays their hand tells you whether or not this person is for you or not. The way they play their hand, their actions tell you if this person is right for you or not. So the way that they're moving, are they moving to win with you, or does it seem like they're going against you? Because sometimes people will be in relationships and the person is not for you. They're actually coming at you like y'all enemies. They're not encouraging you. They're trying to tear you down with their words. They're mentally, emotionally, or physically abusing you or taking advantage of you. So how do we know when something is not for us? Even if we thought it was a blessing, because see, that's a fortune cookie. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, that's a sweet treat. A cookie, that's still a cookie. That's a sweet treat. But no matter how sweet it looks, if somebody's moving contrary to what is supposed to be right for us, then we have to realize that this is not for us. Okay? It says deep knowing. This means you need to go spend time with your intuition. See, I like this card because this is a double moon. So this is like Spirit saying, take a look at it, and like an owl, you'll gain some wisdom, and then take a look at it again. Double moons. Look at sometimes you got to go back and look at multiple lessons from a situation to get deeper into what you didn't see. To look beyond the veil, sometimes it's not a oh, I just glanced in there and I got it. Like I used to have I swear, I've been through some relationships, so I know. But I had an ex who once told me, I did all my shadow work. That shit don't take no time. It took me 2 days. I'm done. A weekend? You did all your shadow work? Yep. I'm healed. I'm better. I got it. I'm ready to roll. That is not shadow work. Ain't nothing gonna change, and nothing did change. So, in order to get deep knowing, you will have sometimes to go back and revisit something multiple times here with that double moon. Okay, multiple times to pull out the lesson and the wisdom. Hey, Celeste and Tyrone Williams, how y'all doing? Spirit says peace will return. You've come to an end of a cycle. Peace will return, and even though this relationship ended, you actually have a new beginning. See, the end of the cycle, there's the finish line, and there's the dove. God is going to restore your peace, and you will get a new beginning. You will get a new beginning. So, congratulations on that. I like that. Soulmates is here. Some of y'all are going to find a different soulmate. Tell me more about the soulmates. Oh, that flew. It wouldn't be my channel if I didn't have a card fly on the floor every night. Chop wood. So this is telling me you're going to have a soulmate that's actually going to work with you with chop wood. But in order to get to this soulmate, you have to clean up some things with chop wood. See how there's a broom there? In order for you to get through the door, you're going to have to do the shadow work. You got to clean up some things from the past. See this finish line? You want to go through the door to a new beginning? Then you got to do some certain work to attract a better soulmate to you. And there goes light team. There was a light that came by me that said this. So do the shadow work. If you want to go through the door and have a very good new beginning with a brand new soulmate, then you're gonna have to do some cleanup work. You got to do the cleanup work to attract a better soulmate. Yes, and baby, your next one will be loyal. Your next connection will actually be loyal if you do the work right, and you keep looking. Listen, actions will speak louder than words. So when if you want your person, you got to have the right person with the right key. There's two different keys up here. Do you see one? You see there's a key here, there's a key here. That one's a straight key. This one has a little locket on it. In order for y'all to have the right key with loyalty, you're going to have to see, is this person moving in harmony with you? Are they showing you loyalty? Are they showing you respect? Are they showing, listen, not love bombing. This is consistent over time. Because the real loyalty is built over time. When I go through something, have they jumped ship? Or are y'all got two different keys because y'all on two separate pages? All right. It says fork in the road. Some of y'all will come to a fork in the road. You're going to be presented with a choice to go back in the past, to move forward, or just to move in a whole nother direction altogether. And moving forward, it could be a new relationship, or do you want to just go in a whole nother direction? I don't want to go left. I don't want to go right. I want to go forward. So you're going to have a fork in the road. So this is one of the things. Once you come to a finish line, you got to make a choice. Which direction we're going to go? Backwards? We're going to go jump into a new relationship, or we're going to go forward, even if we got to be by ourselves for a little while to gain the wisdom. Spirit says if you play, you should play it by the book. Typically, when you come to an ending, if you play it by the book, there's an elephant, right? Elephants are wise, but there's a face on this elephant, which is the divine, saying, if you play it by the book, I will lead you to victory. Normally, the head elephant is the matriarch. She knows where all the watering holes are. She can remember, she remembers the pathways to many different watering spots that will help the rest of the herd of animals. So God is basically saying, I will lead you to water if you play it by the book, if you listen to me, and I will restore your peace if you listen to me. But if you don't want to play it by the book, then go on out here and do it your way. If getting up under somebody help you to forget, then do that. But if you're ready for a new life, you want things to really change, you want to get your wings, then that was going to require you to come and sit down and become something new so that you're birthed out. This is a girl coming out of an egg. So that means she had to become something new. The old her had to die. You have to die. You know what I'm saying? It's dead and gone. You have to become something new if you want to merge with someone with wisdom. You got to go through a regeneration. Okay? That's death and transformation. You got to go through the death and transformation if you want to become a new and better person. Hello, Rose Romero. All right. At the bottom of the deck, it says, truth be told. Listen, what the truth be told is things are not over for you. See how the flag is broken? Things are not over for you. If you take off the mask and you really get down and dirty with who you are authentically, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you will see that you are lovable. You deserve love. But it will teach you about what's in your heart and what your expectations are. And when you learn what your expectations are and what's in your heart, y'all, this is where you set your bar, right? The things that you value. So we need to do that. Okay. Tell yourself the truth. To tell yourself the truth. Remember, this is a part of your throat chakra activation, is removing the mask and being telling yourself the highest truth, even if it means like I said, telling us, who are you? When you do this, endings lead to new beginnings where you can co-create with the universe. This is not a race, honey. This is a cheetah who has sat down. This is not a marathon. It takes time to birth something better. So you move with wisdom. Notice this owl is on a fine line. Some of y'all gonna have to walk a fine line. You can't rush the process in order to grow and become something different when you're co-creating with the universe. You want something different? Give it time. It takes time for the universe to come out with your new order. And last but not least, when you take the time to heal, this will prevent you from falling for the okie doke again. So you know how sometimes we'll date somebody and we think we got a new boo, but our new boo treat us just like our last boo. If you're tired of dating the same spirit but in a new body, then you're gonna have to take the time to heal, so you don't fall for the same illusions as before. Because and when I say illusions, or just the same person, like certain personality types, if you're tired of going through those same old lessons, even if it's not your past person, but this is our new person, and it's like you keep going through the same old same, then you're going to have to figure out chaos and conflict. And the only way you're going to find out chaos and conflict is to heal, to sharpen up your viewpoint. So when you see somebody being disguised as something else, you'll put an end to the relationship. Oh, baby, you just like my ex. I can't do it. Can't even do it. Not gonna do it. And that's what this is all about. Hello, RR and QB and Daphne. Daphne, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Listen, I want to thank the Most High, the Most High Son, the Holy Spirit, and my light team, as well as JP the Guy and Jeremy Burks. Thank you all for joining me for this reading. If you enjoyed the reading, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, you know when I upload. And you know if you need a personal, IamTheLightTarot@gmail.com. Okay. And don't forget to hype me up. And I love you all. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard, 8:30 Central. You all have a beautiful good night, good morning, or good afternoon in your part of the world. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, baby. Hey, Dunn Smith. How y'all doing? I see you. All right. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.